Michael, was an interesting ISE. This year's been quite vibrant. It had some quiet times, but on the whole, we've had a lot of people. They were absolutely queuing in at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, weren't they?
Yeah.
I've never seen so many people to try and get through into that Hall 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really fantastic. And I know you say it's been a bit quiet in some times, but it's a shift of where those people are. There are times I've been in most of the time Hall 1 has been really, really busy. I know it's a bit quiet now, but if you go to Hall 7 and Hall 8, there's a lot going on in there. So the people are actually in different parts of the building. It's a bit of a rabbit warren in that way. Yes, they come early. That's something I always find phenomenal, that people actually really get here on time. A lot of shows, it takes a little trickle before they open at 9 and 9:30, 10 o'clock before the big crowds get in. Here at ISE, they're waiting outside. They want to see the latest, and that's something I always find fantastic.
There have been some phenomenally big stands, haven't there? I mean, Samsung's going to have its own hall next year, isn't it? And LG was a massive one. I mean, how have people reacted to the big stands? I mean, almost the sort of stands you see at CES in a sense.
Yeah, certainly. And when you see companies like Samsung and LG who are very big in the display market here, they want to show everything. And obviously you have this competitive edge from each side. I think it's good for the attendees to see what's on offer. The one thing I like about ISE is that the exhibitors here, they spend a lot on actually designing their booths. They put a lot more design effort and finishes on their booths. So there's something quite, my American colleagues, they come here and they look and go, wow, that's different on what they do.
The Christie one was pretty good, wasn't it?
Christie always do a nice
dramatic,
booth.
wasn't it?
I would love, I think there's quite nice how the design comes in. I sometimes wonder, should we make a competition for the best design booth? But maybe you want to do it, Clive.
Well, seeing Monday and sitting in there, seeing these stands built, it just amazes me that they get done in time.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it now must be such a complex thing to do, a stand build.
There's a lot of coordination. We have a lot of people in the background here working with our exhibitors, helping them. My operations team is phenomenal. Actually, the preparations that happen in the months beforehand to make it easy for our exhibitors. All those big booths, we bring them in early. The trucks come straight in the hall and drop everything off at the very beginning. And we work very closely with them, the coordinates, especially getting the electricity and their rigging in. So it's quite an operation. It's not just what happens, we come in a day before and put it all up. There's a lot of planning that goes on.
What have they been saying about the extra day next year? Have you had any feedback on it?
Yes, and a lot of people, I mean, obviously you guys in the press have been the worst in actually pushing us to actually do this. A lot of attendees who are coming for more than one day say, okay, now we have more flexibility on how much time we spend here. And this is not a show where you can do it in one day. You need at least 2.5, 3 days. On the exhibitor side, they're actually coming to us and saying, wow, we have more time to spend with our customers now to really take the time, because it's difficult when people come to a booth and everybody's occupied talking, and then they go away and say, well, they didn't have time for me. So this way they can actually get people, give them times to come back later and talk to them.
What are the visitor numbers looking like? Have you?
Well, I don't have the final numbers
yet.
We've still got an hour to go, and I'm just waiting for our registration number to give them to me. But the tendency is going towards just under 60,000, which is a record for us. We started off on Tuesday morning with more than 54,000 pre-registrations. Last year we had a total of 51,000. So that put us in a really, really good trend to break the records. And yesterday, when I looked at the numbers last night, we actually had more than 58,000 pre-registrations. I don't know how many new ones we've had today. So depending on who else is actually registered for the first time today and come in, we'll know whether we've hit that 60 or not. I think we're going to be just under.
That's interesting, isn't it? That's really good. What about next year? Everybody signed up, have they?
Everybody's signed up. Rebooking is still going on, but when I last looked at it, we were, I'd say about 85% of the hall is actually occupied already. It's probably moved on because that was an hour ago. It is an issue now. We're running out of space in this hall, but the RAI is building new buildings. We've got a new one coming on board next year. So Samsung are moving into that one. We'll have their own hall. In 2017, we'll have another building online. So we're expanding, the RAI is expanding to give us more space, so we have capacity to grow.